Here we are. I'm trying my back camera this time. See if we can get some better quality. I don't know. Hi Chantel. Hi Leo. And Mark. This is a very boring meal prep. But it's my current hyperfixation meal because I'm focusing on protein and kind of fiber, but fiber I tend to like front load in the beginning of my day so I don't have to worry about it later. By eating a ton of raspberries and blueberries and blackberries. And yeah, my hyperfixation meal is the picture, like the picture that's the thumbnail for this live, which is basically just white rice, chicken that I'm gonna make, and then just like chopped up like mini cucumber with hummus. That's it. So I make a big batch of chicken, a big batch of rice, and then I'm like set for a few days. I don't have to think about dinner. So I'm not gonna make the mistake of like cutting all of the bits of chicken before I do my spice mix. But before I even do that, I'm gonna get the rice started because that's just gonna do its thing. Now, let me see here. Okay, this is good. So I'm gonna use the rice. So we're using jasmine rice. I'm gonna go ahead and dump the rest of the bag. I couldn't find another one of these bags at my no-frills, so I got a replacement, and it's just like plain white rice, which is fine. I'll accept it. And great, I'll just put this. Actually, I'll put this in recycling. I'm going to rinse it. And I'm so glad that I finally installed my AC unit because I'm hot. Real hot. And this year, so I used to always install it in my bedroom because I need it like real cold when I'm sleeping. But I used to have like two. I had like a floor one and then a window one, and the floor one, it's having issues where it keeps like the compressor surges, and I know it's normal for the compressor to like go on, but when it goes on, it like I have fuses, so every single time it'll blow a fuse, and so it's like it's drawing much more power than it should. So I stopped using it, but because the way that my apartment is laid out, it's like very compartmentalized. So I had the window one in the bedroom to get it like really cold at night with the door closed, and then like the floor one in the living room just to like spread it out. But now I'm just using a fan to like point the cold air in whatever other room I'm in, whether it's like sleeping. And it was really nice last night, so I'm hoping. Okay, so rice is, my measurement for rice and the water is literally just like the one knuckle. My mom showed me this, and it has never failed me. Now, oh my gosh, I can show you guys. I can show you guys my new shoes. So as you guys remember, I wanted to buy either new shoes or a rice cooker, and then I ended up buying a bunch of new dresses and like other clothes, and then no shoes. And I was like, okay, no, this is serious. Like I walk a lot in the summer, so I needed a new comfortable pair of shoes. I do have insoles too. I bought these because they were on sale, and I didn't want to pay over $200 freaking for a pair of shoes. They were on sale, and I was like, you know what? I just want a pair of white shoes. They fit. I literally at the store like left them with my old shoes for them to throw away, and just like left with these, and that was that. Like I just don't have the energy to like shop and go to a bunch of different stores and malls and whatever. So they're Hoka's. I've never had Hoka's before. I had Ons before. They're okay. I should have probably gone with wide because I do have bunions, but they felt good today, so I'm happy. But I wanted to do that because, like, I got, I don't know, maybe 20,000 steps yesterday. I walk a lot more in the summer months, so it's like if I'm gonna get a new pair of shoes, it has to be now. So we're gonna turn the rice on to like a medium high. I went to different. So first, I was looking online just to try to see if I could get like a pair on sale, but I couldn't find one that I really liked. So I went to Dufferin Mall, and at Dufferin Mall, I think I got them at. There's JD Sports or whatever. That's not where I got them. It's the other one. Champs is like the hat store. There's no shoe. Gosh darn it. Shoe. Foot Locker. That's where I got them. Foot Locker at Dufferin Mall. Hello. Hi, Karen. So, we're going to start with doing the spice mix for my chicken because my hands are going to be all nasty with the chicken very shortly. And I don't want to have to wash them. So, my spice mix for my chicken, very basic. I always do the same thing. It's going to be here. So, garlic powder, onion powder, and chili powder, and then salt and pepper. Do like a pretty decent amount here because I'm making a lot of chicken. And then this way, oop, there we go. There we go. Onion powder, like equal parts onion and garlic powder, and then chili powder. I guess really depends on how spicy you can handle it. Okay, that's about it. So add some nice color. And these days I've been doing in the cast iron skillet to get some nice color, a little bit of charring. I've been preferring that. And of course I'm going to use my trusty thermometer to get it just the right temperature so that it doesn't overcook. So I get some nice juicy chicken. That was a lot of salt. Okay. Where's my pepper mill? Is it over there? Yeah, it is. It is over here. Hello everyone. Hi Jacques Pinot. Jacques, thank you so much. Thank you. Jacques gave me a nice. Jacques, you were my first in real life super chat, I guess. Very, very kind and generous of you. Hi, Susie. Hi, Chattery. Chantel, I don't put salt and butter, just because I'm trying to keep it like lower calorie. But for example, when I did like my cilantro garlic rice, like I did toast the rice, a little bit of olive oil and some garlic. But no, I just leave it plain and then I just like season it as I'm eating it, and that's kind of where the hummus comes in to give it a little bit more oomph. So it's not just like a boring. But again, this is very much like a boring kind of gym bro meal. Okay, so my spice mix is ready. You know what? I'm gonna mix it right now. And I really like my mini whisk. Yes. It was so funny. So I posted like a video or like a short of me squeezing a lemon, and someone commented and was like, yeah, I'll show you. I was so embarrassed I deleted it. I was like, no. I think my like welcome message should be like, welcome to the most unprofessional cooking channel. So basically they pointed out that like this part is like the cover, but I just don't like, what is this? What do you mean a cover? Like, what is it? This is not sharp. So I should have been than using directly this. Just very, maybe this is a different purpose for a different fruit, or I don't know. I could Google it. I don't know. I'm sure it came with instructions, but I was like, awkward. Delete that, even though, again, this is the most unprofessional cooking channel on the internet. I know! The whisk. Also, my favorite hummus is the President's Choice, just the plain one. You know when it's like, it's not because it's better than any other, it's that I got used to the flavor of this one, so yeah. Yes, you got a little baby whisk, and you got a papa whisk. And now that okay, we're gonna get the chicken out. So this is a lot of chicken. 1.3 kilograms. Family pack, chicken, boneless, skinless. Alrighty, we're going to. So what I like to do is cut it up into bits that are easier to cook, because the thicker the piece, the more you're like drying out the outside before you can fully cook the inside. And I'm not about that life. I like to have juicy chicken. So I go ahead and I cut all the nasty bits. And this is why I wanted to do my spice mix before, because now my hands are going to be all nasty. And then I can use them to mix the chicken. So I cut all like the tendons and the bits that could be kind of like gnarly. The only thing, like this piece is always like difficult to get out, so I don't always manage to try to get the right angle. There we go. Okay. So how was everyone's day? I hope everyone stayed cool. Oh my gosh. Carl, I love fried chicken, like a fried chicken sandwich. There's a place here called Bandit Brewery. Their food honestly is really, really good, but at some point they had some kind of like Korean fried chicken sandwich. When I tell you, I'm pretty, like, I think that's hands down the best like fried chicken sandwich I've ever had. She was gorgeous, crispy, like just delightful. Oh no, wrong thing. Yeah, she was gorgeous. And unfortunately, they do like rotate their menu pretty often. So oh my gosh, I need to pay attention. I have not been able to find that chicken sandwich again there. However, they have beer battered cheese curds. I respect that. Cheese, and then you fry it? That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, Diva. With this, the Le Creuset that I have, and I found a really awesome, like, buttermilk fried chicken recipe. Listen. It's not that I am not interested in making fried chicken. It's that my parents are interested in staying in my closet. And I have such a hard time finding pants because I have what's called, like, it's a high rise. So I have a long, like, torso. So they just never fit right. And so when I do find a pair of pants that fit right, I never want to ever get rid of them. You know what I mean? Oh, the junior chicken. Yeah. Listen, that's why every time Ken is walking by McDonald's in his stream, like, I just think about that chicken. I do like me some chicken nuggets. I know a lot of people are like, they're disgusting, and I'm like, listen, I really wish that I felt that way about McDonald's. I really do. Like, some people are like, oh, I can't eat it, it makes me sick. I'm like, I wish. Nico, like, has a really hard time eating too much, like, it depends, but something that's got too much sugar or is too sweet, And I'm like, I wish I had that problem. I wish I had that problem. I really do. Crispy. Yeah, no. Ugh. A chicken sandwich with a pickle. There's a place at Keele and Dundas Street West, and it's, what's it called? Chica's Chicken or something? Their chicken sandwiches look really good, but it's the kind of place that like people don't really talk about, so I don't know if it's because they're not like worth going to, or it's like people haven't discovered, or it's kind of like, you know, it's West End, so maybe it's not super popular. I don't know. It's kind of like, it's not next to subway station. You really have to go like north, but I don't know. I have walked by it many a time. Perhaps I will do a live stream, a walking live stream where we go try it together. Perhaps we shall do that. But I would be very shy to like be filming inside, so like, I don't know. Ooh, Diva. Okay, there's in Bloor West Village. There's a new like breakfast place that opened called Yolks, and the last time I went with Nico, I had the chicken and waffles. And Nico was like, "Oh, I never really understood like what the deal is," and I was like, "Oh, really? Well, let me give you a bite, of course with some maple syrup." And he took a bite, and he was like, "Oh, I get it." But Nico's not a fan of chicken. But chicken and waffles, can you tell I'm hungry? No, Diva. Ooh, Italian wedding soup, Carl. Yes, I've been wanting to try to make one. Diva, I'm really sorry to hear you had a bad day. What do you do to like help yourself feel better when you've had a bad day? Like, is there like a little self-care thing, or like a ritual, or maybe like a food or something that you do? Do you go for a walk? Like, what is your should day ritual? So I just cut it like horizontally to thin it out so that it doesn't take as much time to cook, but it's easier to get it to stay juicy. But it's quite thin. Okay. Didn't Tim Hortons used to have a chicken sandwich? There was something about that. Like they've done a lot of different things in recent years. They have like Canadian, like the fireworks tidbits, and I asked the guy, I was like, "What flavor are these?" Because they really looked like they might be cherry, and he just couldn't answer. He's like, "Oh, they're just like a sweet. They're like the other ones, but they're just like a sweet. I don't know how to describe it." I said, "Well, is it like a fruit? Like, is it cherry? Is it strawberry?" He's like, "No." So I said, "Okay, so it's just vanilla, and it's like has like red sprinkles or whatever." He's like, "Yeah." I was like, He seemed very uncertain, so I'm really not. I don't trust his answer. So perhaps I'll have to try it. Oh my gosh, maybe I'm gonna have to. I'm going crazy. Like, I'm gonna go for a walk after. Maybe I can bring you guys and we can try the Timbit together. We'll see. We'll see where the night takes us. You know. The Teeters. Like a starfish. Oh, I know that McDonald's, Carl Roth. I've been to it a few times. At Yonge and Sheppard, or like just north of Sheppard. Yes, lighting a candle is always a good idea. There's Paris Baguette that has really excellent like pastries. Oh man, when I was at Dufferin Mall and I was walking by Mr. Pretzels and I was like, don't do it. Don't do it. I didn't do it, but I was tempted, I think. Nico's never been. Like, he's never had those pretzels before, so we'll share some together at some point. It's always a good excuse when he's like, oh, I never had that. And I'm like, do not. He knows those are the magic words to me, like, having us try them. Okay, there we go. I'm gonna put this in here, over here. And now, my hands are dirty, which is perfect. Okay, I think the rice, I'm gonna turn it off. So I take my seasoning. Oh no, wait. Ah! Okay, hold on. This is a fail. I need a little bit of olive oil just to get it to stick to the... About like a teaspoon in there. Okay, there we go. And now I mix with my hands. I've never had Mary Brown's chicken. Like the one, I think there's one near Dufferin Mall. I feel like I've walked by one. And it just looks really sketchy. Like it doesn't look good. You know what I did? I did get myself an iced coffee at Timmy's earlier, but I wanted like with sugar-free vanilla and like with milk instead of cream. And like I felt that the guy messed it up and like used cream still. I don't know. It didn't seem like the right consistency for milk, so I didn't finish it. Great. Gnarly. Gotta get that chicken well just coated. But now it coats on my fingers, so I'm trying to get it back on the chicken. There we go. No. Okay. We'll turn on the water. My elbows will. Thankfully, I don't have like the. I have one that I can just lift with my elbow. All right. Soapy. Yeah, I would say like my walks are the one thing that really grounds me if I have like a really, really bad day. Or if I'm just in my head and I'm spiraling about something, my walks just help me feel better. Which is why I had such a hard time this winter, because the weather was awful. It was relentless. And I felt like I was just trapped inside with my own thoughts. Yeah, I go for walks. Sometimes I bake. I'll like take a shower. I'll put a candle on. I'll just like mindlessly scroll. I'll lay on my couch. Sometimes if it's like a really, really, really bad day, I'll take my duvet cover. I like put my pillows on my couch and I just kind of lay there. Or I'll get myself a little treat. But I am very much an emotional eater, so I try to like not use food to like boost my mood. At least too much. Just like a little bit is okay. She was at Mary Jane's. Yes, Carl. Not too long ago, I had pretzels and beer, and I had like other things, but I have to say like that the combo of the pretzel and the beer was it was amazing. It was just what I needed. Like that first sip of beer hitting my tongue, and I don't know what it is these days about beer. Like I've never been a big drinker, and yet I've been craving it. It's like I don't know. I'm not going in the right direction. I really do not drink a lot, like to the point where like half a pint of beer, I'm like feeling it. Like I'm pretty tipsy. But yeah, you guys are making me want to try Mary Brown's. I've tried to in Quebec we don't have Popeyes. So growing up I didn't have Popeyes. I only had KFC, and I tried Popeyes like I don't know when I first moved to Toronto, and I was like, this is good. This is a tea, Earl Grey, hot. No, I have not made pineapple chicken, but it must be amazing. Tequila, yeah. Um, Alcohol, like I just do not tolerate it very well. The next day or two, I feel like crap. So I feel like it's not worth how much time it takes me to recover. But I do really enjoy like a glass of wine with you know, a bowl of pasta or something like that. So it's more for the taste. Um, but my sleep suffers. It's just not worth. It's just not worth it. For some people, it doesn't impact them as much, but it's just not because it makes me super anxious too. So no, I don't need that. But I do occasionally enjoy. Like you guys hear me say, I'm always craving a beer and fries. Always craving a beer and fries. I slowly got into wine. So my cousin used to work at a wine bar called Brico that was in the Junction, and they really one of the guys working there he introduced me to Moscato. It's basically juice, and it was like a sparkling. It was really nice, and it's through the introduction of like versions of wines or whatever like that get you into that thing, and then you kind of start branching out. But for me, wine, it's more about it's the combination. So like a charcuterie board with like a wine, or very like kind of strong cheese with a red wine, something like that. Or again, like a white wine with fish, or white wine with pasta. I go crazy for that. Oh man, Corona, yeah. All right. So trick with cast iron, you know it's ready when it's not sticking anymore. So there we go. We'll just let it do its thing, and then I'll take the temperature. Yeah, you do. You do. Well, good for you, Diva. It's, you know, we'll have different reasons for it, but it's not always easy to like change habits or the ways that you used to like cope in different ways. But I'm very proud of you. I'm proud of you for stopping and for choosing yourself and your well-being. It's not always easy. Yeah, I haven't been bowling in a long time. Maybe you should go. Nope, the chicken's doing its thing. got little Tupperware at the ready for when it is ready. And then the rice, I just leave it. It boils, I turn it off, and then I just leave it there for, you know, a couple hours for it to cool down, and then I'll put it in some containers. Vodka and Coke. I have to say, like, I have a thing for spiced rum and Coke. Very yummy. Or the beers that I like are the Kronenbourg Blanche and the, like, Belgian Moon, Blue Moon, like, very blonde, pale, like, pale ales. Good, Karen. That's better for you. Yeah. I think the younger generations now, I don't know if it's millennials included, but maybe millennials are more into the weed, I don't know, than alcohol. And then Gen Z, they're vaping stuff, like, I don't know. Hello, Scott, welcome. See, this is the kind of coloring and browning that you do not get in the air fryer, so that is why I have been enjoying doing it on the cast iron recently. Put the plug in the jug. Some rice, and then what I could do while we're just sitting here is wash all of my cucumbers so that I can just grab them. Look at me. Because, like, when I want to eat, I'm like, I'm ready. Ain't nobody got time to start, like, washing veggies, and then what I'll do, maybe I'll put them in this little cucumber size container. Water and seltzer and watch cookies and carols. All part of a healthy lifestyle. Did you guys hear Air Canada switched from Coca-Cola to Pepsi? And I was like, nah. No way, I would crash out if I couldn't have my little Diet Coke. See, I got these, like, not from, these are the no-frills cucumbers. You versus the guy she says you shouldn't worry about. Yeah, these cucumbers are thick. They're girthy. Just like how Ken likes his burritos, you know? Yeah, usually, like, I will, like, have just half of a glass of wine or, like, a couple sips. But in Spain, I really like how they mix it. They mix the beer with lemonade. I think they call it like caña con limón. That's really yummy. It's like a mindful way to have, like, not fully beer, just... Alright, here's my stack of washed cucumbers. We'll let them dry a little bit and then we'll put them in the fridge. And then when I open my fridge, they're just gonna fall everywhere. Maybe there's a better container for them, although... Oh! I've got two. There we go. Okay, there we go. 2 containers of cucumbers. Yes, the Marilyn Monroe Towers. Okay, this piece. What about this one? Okay. See, they don't take a long time when they're small. What about this piece? It's like longer, but it's not thicker. That's what she said. It needs a couple more, maybe a few more seconds. Alrighty. Okay. I really like this temperature, you don't have to mess around, you really just, this, I would say, I think, Carl, you said that I should talk about like a list of essentials for the kitchen. A digital thermometer, 100%. But also, if you're going to do, if you do a lot of frying, you could use one of those, the ones that you can put into, like into the oil to maintain that temperature. Hi, Eddie. Oh my gosh, welcome. We're making some protein. How was your day, Eddie? Have you done a little bit more of like purchasing and decorating stuff for your condo? I was just talking about one of the cooking essentials is a digital thermometer. And I also got, because I think Ken mentioned that it was on sale, so I got myself some protein powder that's got a little bit of creatine in it. And I also have, creatine. Big ol' ham. And I've also been enjoying like getting like rice cakes and just having regular peanut butter and banana on top. That's like my new go-to snack that I've been really liking. Yep, that would happen, Ready Eddie. Yeah, but I would say like even millennials, like my younger brother was heavy into the games, like video games has been a huge thing for a long time. So Eddie, you missed the part where I seasoned the chicken. So I used garlic powder, onion powder, and chili powder, and then salt and pepper, and a little bit of olive oil to help the spices adhere to the chicken. And I prefer using my. Do you have a cast iron skillet, Eddie? I don't know if you're still watching, but really nice for getting some nice browning on meat. I also need a spice rack because as you can see, they're like, it's spice situation over here. Put these cukes away. I really do enjoy a nice organized fridge where I can access everything that I need. Here we go. I have 2 colleagues that are from Trinidad. is the part that I have to be patient. I have to wait for it to cook. And also another one of my low-fat life hacks is the PB2 powder. So I just reconstitute it with either like sugar-free syrup or water. So my breakfast, I know off by heart all the quantities, is 200 grams of fat-free yogurt, 15 grams of PB2 powder that I reconstitute with water, and I do 40 grams of instant oats that I add a little bit of sugar-free sweetener to, and then I do like 100 or 120 grams of mixed berries. So I'll put blackberries, blueberries, and raspberries. There's a place that sells them for cheaper than the grocery store, so I always pick them up there. And that's my breakfast, and I'll eat like half of it with my coffee, and then I'll have half of it like later in the morning because it is quite filling. It's filling, but it doesn't keep me full long. I mean, nothing does. I'm always hungry. Erin, I am planning, well, I mean, not really planning. I was even thinking of doing a gimbal walk tonight after this, just to go try out that Tim Hortons Timbit. But I will be going on a walk later, so it's possible that this meal prep and chill turns into a meal prep, chill, and walk. So, alright, let's check the temperature on these puppies. Alright, we're ready. So this is the thing with like making sure that they're all about the same thickness, is that they cook at the same rate and pretty quickly. We love that. Okay. Now that you guys are talking about the temperature, hold on a second. Yeah. I looked quickly and I thought you guys were talking about like motorcycles. So my ex has 2 motorcycles, and one of them is called Jenny, and I still want to steal her. But I kept joking about how I was gonna get like Jenny is like his baby, and like he wouldn't let anyone ride her, but he might have let me maybe. And I feel like if I ever dropped Jenny or something happened to her, like I would never. Anyway, so I would always joke that like I'll steal her, and I still have a motorcycle jacket, like a serious motorcycle jacket that I've been trying to sell, but it's like a beautiful, like really thick leather. Just because like where I'm at in my life and just like financially, I have other priorities that don't include like getting a motorcycle and a motorcycle license, and it just doesn't make sense. I don't have indoor parking. I like in the winter, it's just a whole thing. Insurance is crazy expensive. It just doesn't make any sense. But you guys just made me think of that. Well, Carl, it's like in Harry Potter where they have like those photo books that move. You can have like your magazine of live streams. So I haven't had dinner. What I ate today was that yogurt bowl that I described earlier. Then for lunch I got my uncle to buy me these like egg white frittatas from Costco. So I had 2 of those, a little bit of chicken, and then I had one of those rice cakes with peanut butter and banana. And then later in the afternoon, I had like 100 grams of fat-free Greek yogurt. I had half of a scoop of protein powder just to go before the gym. Then after the gym, I had the other half of the scoop with another 100 grams of fat-free Greek yogurt. And now I guess I'll be having my chicken and rice and cucumber. All right, bye, Diva. Thanks for joining. We'll see you around. mixes super easily, no sticking. Love that. But yes, I'm trying to get more, like, keep building muscle so that I can increase my metabolism, but still losing a little bit of fat. I think it's going quite well. Like, you can get to see the outline of the abs, kind of. More like these lines, but the middle is a little bit of. Still diet, that's the thing. Abs are built in the kitchen. And I was telling my friend how I want like lower abs, and she's like, "Yeah, that's all diet." And I was like, "No, I want cookies." Well, this is gonna be. So the other 2 days ago, I was walking out and about with my friend. I gave her some of the little like. I still have some, but I put them in the freezer. My little cake cups. So I gave her a couple. And as we were walking back to her place, she was like, "Oh man, like I don't have any food. I don't know what I'm gonna eat." And I was like, "I'll feed you. Like I have so much." I said, "Do you want to try my hyperfixation meal?" So we had my chicken rice and my cucumber with hummus. Oh, Cynthia, no, I don't think I would ever do a bodybuilding competition. I'm not really interested in that. No, I'm not. Like, I understand what's required and what's involved, and it's just like, it's too much. It's not sustainable. It's not good for your body. Like, you are putting your body through so much stress, and you're in a state of, like, starvation. Like, you are dying, basically. And it just looks, and not only that, but, like, to come out of that, there's a guy at the gym who is doing a competition like that, and he keeps at, like, he's starving. He's eating, like, 1,200 calories a day. Guy is, like, shaking. It's not sustainable at all. But he keeps asking me how much I sell my cookies for. I'm like, I don't sell my cookies. Like, you just, which cookies do you want? I'll just make you some. But I was asking him, like, how do you progress out of that? Because you've been at such a low calorie intake that your body is just like begging for food. And so you have to basically increase your calorie intake incrementally. But that takes like an insane amount of like restraint, because it's a biological urge, right? It wants to eat again. Yeah, Carl, and also muscles. Muscles need a lot of glucose apparently, so it's good at regulating your blood sugar. Apparently. Alrighty, we are done. We are done. So yeah, there's a few different reasons why I go to the gym. It's like body recomposition, so I can like have like the shape that I want. Helping support my joints. Increasing my metabolism so I can eat more. Just feeling stronger, having more energy. Um, when I carry bags of groceries back home, and it feels like a breeze, or I'm carrying a basket in the store, I'm like, yeah, this is really helpful. So, Erin, it depends what you're doing it for. If you're doing a competition, so there's the strength one, but like the ones that are for like aesthetic purposes, you have to maintain an incredibly low percentage of body fat. So for men, it can be a lot lower than for women. I think for women, like 12% is starting to get, like, you lose your period. It's not, like, your body goes into survival mode. And for men, I think it's like maybe 5 or 6%, which means, like, even right before the competitions, like, they dehydrate themselves so that, like, the veins and the muscles and all of everything shows more. And it's a lot of prep, it's a lot of work. It's like a full-time job doing this. So depending on what you're doing, absolutely it is not sustainable. No. Well, Carl, I kind of don't like. You know which area I live in, but I feel like if I do that, it'll be pretty obvious the exact building that I live in, and I'm not really sure that I'm comfortable doing that. Even though, like, I'm sure people could figure it out if they wanted to, unfortunately. But today, so I would say my favorite workout day is upper push. So it was push-ups, these like delt flies like this. It was the like these for the shoulders, and then the bench, like you're laying down and you're pushing up with dumbbells, and then some tricep stuff, and then this. So that I would say is probably my favorite, because I really like the shape of my, like I like seeing this. That's my favorite, because it makes your arm maybe look a little bit slimmer because it sticks out and then it kind of dips in. So I like that. Yeah, it's a whole world. It's a whole world, and takes a lot of mental strength for sure, especially as you come out of it. I think a lot of people, it can, you know, if you have a predisposition to having any kind of either like eating disorder or body dysmorphia, what happens is like the way that your body is, you become accustomed to it, and so you're extremely lean, and then you might like become afraid of gaining weight, or you can have you know not feel very good about yourself at all once you do gain, you get back to a certain body fat percentage that is normal. I myself like do have this fear of, like, I weighed 200 pounds back in 2021. It's not my normal weight, but with COVID and stress from work and all kinds of like digestive issues that I had, and I do remember how I felt about myself then, and like I do have this fear, like I never want to feel that way again, where I didn't want to go out, like I just felt, now I'm kind of the opposite, where I'm like trying to make the most out of like the body that I have now, where I'm like buying clothes and I like, you know, I want to, which is the other extreme, but it's also, it stems from this like I'm afraid to not make the most of this, and then I'm gonna lose it. It's all gonna go away. So it's a whole, yeah. I can't do those competitions. No. Hi, Sandy. Bye, Karen. Yeah, no, I wouldn't, Sandy. It's, I think it's not very hard to figure out, but like I would never. That's why like I don't like to stream all the way home. You guys know the area that I live in, so yeah, it's the reality of doing YouTube, I guess. All right. Oops, you see, it wasn't ready, so it was sticking. I cooked it on one side too long. It's gonna be dry. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. And that's why like one of the rules is like, you know, don't ask me what my job is. There's a few things that like I don't want to talk about. Even no, I would never. But even like my real name, everyone uses it, and I feel that perhaps that should not be a thing. So I might even change and update and be like, okay, like moving forward, you can call me Cookies and Chaos or Cookies or whatever, but I do want to maintain a certain like level of anonymity, um, which at this point, like, you know, people could always go back and see streams and see my name, and I don't know, but yeah. I did basically grow up on the internet. Spent a lot of time just like my friends on MSN or whatever. The internet was very much my social space in a way. The space, like I was very much a homebody. Spent a lot of time like just social media or just like playing little games. And I remember there was like a horse game that I used to play. Well, I'm gonna have some of this. So I'm gonna weigh it out. So this thing, I use a scale to measure out all of my food, because this I find helps me, like, you can eat more when you know, like, depends what you're eating, of course. I do kind of food that I can do a higher volume and eat more of, but like chicken and rice, it's like 150 grams of chicken is a lot more than you would think. So that's 47 grams, 95. We're gonna do a smaller piece. 145 grams, we'll go with that. And then I tear, on my right is gonna be right now. And then I do 100 grams of rice. Woo! Yummy. There we go. And then I already washed a cucumber, but I'm gonna do the hummus first. The hummus I do 50 grams. What slows the metabolism rate in the body? Like that, I don't know what we were talking about. Okay, 46 grams, that'll do. Here. And then I usually do 2 little cucumbers. Pretty sure it's like 15 calories per cucumber. It is really good. It's, like I said, it's my hyperfixation meal and has been for a little while. I do this where I start making something, it's really good, and then I just eat the same thing, and then I like move on to a next thing. For a while it was like tuna salad and rice with corn, but I got used to brown rice for that thing. So now that I'm eating white rice, that doesn't work as well. I don't know. This away. Add some salt. So the way that I like to eat it is to have like a little bit of everything. Some chicken. I put some hummus. I get some scoop of rice. And then a little piece of cucumber. No! I get the perfect bite. Like this. Mmm! Knife skills. Ha! This is the most unprofessional cooking show on the internet. Welcome. No. No, less than 10% body fat, that's crazy. Especially for women, that's, for a lot of women, it's not achievable. It should not be achieved. There's a Canadian trainer who does very much like science-based, like research on training and all kinds of things. And he showed like a comparison of a lot of different people at the same body weight percentages. And yeah, women, like I think the example of like a 6% body fat, he was like, there was no woman that had this. It just is not. It should not be even attempted. It's just not. And for some women, like 12% is fine. Like not fine, but it's like women have it easier than others. It really depends. Some people feel good at 150 pounds. Some people feel good at 140 pounds. Some people feel good at 120. Like it's such a personal thing. All right, that's all the chicken. Well, Carl, it depends what you're eating, because I can tell you right now that if I ate what I wanted, yeah, because I do track my calorie intake, and it's very easy to go above your maintenance. Like my maintenance is probably around 2,000. And 2,000 is like going to the gym, going on walks, like getting at least maybe 15,000, 20,000 steps a day. It's like, it's a lot. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Tomorrow's my rest day. And by rest day, like I still do my 10,000 steps. Mm-hmm. Yes, yes it is, Sandy. Actually, my friend the other night, she didn't know what to make. And I sent her a recipe for a chickpea, tzatziki, like dill, cucumber salad. It looks so good. Yeah, this is nice juicy chicken. Mm-hmm. Mmm. Mmm. So good. Well, yeah, I mean, bearing children certainly can and does change your body. It depends on the kid too. I know one of my colleagues, like, with her son, her body like mostly like went back to pretty much the way that it was before. But with her daughter, it completely changed. I think the hormones and all kinds of things. So, 100%, 100%. It is a huge. You are giving your body to create life, and you don't know, like, you don't. Yeah, you don't know. And it can be dangerous as well. It is. It's a wild thing. Do I have buy me a coffee? You mean like a super chat or like? So I don't have enough like viewing hours right now to have super chats. Um, if that's your question. But unless that's a different thing. Oh yeah. No, I don't. No, for Super Chat, you have to have a minimum of 3,000 public watch hours. I have like 890 right now, and you have to have 500 subscribers, so you have to meet those two criteria. Yes, my real name is Cookies. I would love to be named Cookies. Maybe I'll get a dog and call it Cookies. No! I'll get 2 Basset Hounds and name them Cookies and Chaos. There we go. So, you know, I don't qualify for Super Chats yet. It's gonna take a while. I need 240 more. No, wait. 140 more subscribers. And then those 2,200 more live or more public watch hours. Well, these are a little bit more charred, but it's ready. This one's also ready. Also ready. And this one's gonna be ready very soon, so I can switch it off. But yeah, you see like the spices that burn, they create like a nice flavorful char on it. I don't know if that's healthy, but there we go. All right, so that's the meal prep. I think that will last me about maybe 1 to maybe 4 meals because I don't need that much. I need about 150 grams per meal that I make. And I do have a little bit of leftover rice that I'm gonna use in my fridge. Thank you, Sandy. I appreciate that. Yeah, so that's kind of why. It's kind of what I'm working on. Let's go sit on the table. I'll bring you to my dining room. There we go. Yep, got a contact lens case. I think one of the things that I have improved recently is that I'm definitely drinking enough water because I feel like I'm peeing every 5 seconds. I'm gonna show you some nice flowers that Nico got me to celebrate him getting a new job. He bought me flowers because we're celebrating together. Very nice. Oh wait, I'm gonna lift this. There we go. And now we are at my dining table. Okay. Oh, I don't know if that's true. Maybe like diet soda, you mean? I've heard a lot of speculation, but I don't think there's any research that backs it up. Do you hear that? There's like these You can tell the humidity in the air based on like how poofy my hair is. And I put a lot of oil in it to try to tame it. He did. I will let him know, Sandy. Yeah, he's working at his old job right now, but it's given us 2 weeks. Hello, Tiana. Yes, I think we will definitely go for a nice little stroll, but that means I have to make sure my phone is like charged, so. But also the gimbal, you know? Got gimbal problems now. But I feel, and I can't remember if, I'll have to double check if the gimbal, oh my goodness. If the gimbal can charge the phone, but that would mean I need like a, no! Oh my God. Well, it's another chaos for the compilation. Oh, here. There we go. Sorry, guys. I hope you saw. I hope you guys saw my chaos compilation. I was crying laughing editing that video, and I was like, no. Again, the most professional cooking video on the internet right here. One of the best. Gordon Ramsay, yeah, I just have to add some more swearing and screaming. That's too funny. Like, I really am the queen of dropping my phone. And the gimbal went with it. 1,500 calories a day. Yeah, we're gonna need to go on a walk for sure because I'm only at 8,000 steps today, and I like to get it more like closer to like 1,500. But I would say I'm closer to 2,000 calories a day because I'm trying to get a lot of protein, trying to build some muscle. And also, like, when I do upper body sometimes, when I do a plank, and I was trying to ask ChatGPT to like figure out, there's like there's something in here like under that hurts. Like it's in here and it hurts like when I do a specific movement. It doesn't hurt when I do, well, it hurts like, no, I don't know. It's weird. Tiana, I've got hummus. No, but honestly, like, I do enjoy a lot of very simple foods. Ever since I did the low FODMAP diet where I basically couldn't have onion or garlic or anything. So I do enjoy very simple. It's a lot of seasoning on the chicken and that's good, but it's the hummus that's giving us a lot of the flavor. I do. So on my pull upper day, I'll do like the supported like back kind of like where you're leaning on something, and then you pull like this, and then I'll do like this for the like, and then I'll do like the reverse like this. I don't know the name of the exercises. I have them on my document, and then there's a couple other exercises on that day, but I do like back exercises too. Yeah, this is an example of like, I do cook all kinds of different things on my channel, but for the most part, I eat very simple because I don't want to think about it. Thank you so much, Sandy. Have a good night, and let me know if you end up making it. Oh gosh, SpaceX IPO. Yeah, I heard about that. What a I could with Ready Eddie's artwork. Well, that's done on that. But I'm glad. So because I did low FODMAP for a long time, it kind of did a little bit of a reset on my palate and my. So for those of you who don't know it, and I do not know what FODMAP stands for, it's like the different things that can irritate the gut, especially people who have IBS. So I don't struggle with that anymore. Like, I'm gonna knock on wood, but like I went through a whole like lifestyle and like just transformation of my diet. And so low FODMAP, there's an app that you can get that kind of helps guide you. So like what foods you should or shouldn't eat, and then different quantities that could irritate your gut. So like veggies are fine, the green veggies are fine, but if they're too high in fiber, it can be an irritant. You avoid garlic, you avoid onion, and then you also have to try to eliminate gluten just in case like whatever it is that you're experiencing is due to gluten, alcohol, all kinds of different things. And so for the longest time, I was basically just making my diet based on the things that I could eat, which like I basically couldn't eat out, and that was for an extended period of time. And in doing that, I kind of rediscovered the deliciousness of like just plain food, like just food without too much on it, really. Like I love Greek yogurt, the fat-free one. I don't mind at all. Like I'll have it with berries. I do not need to add like too much sugar. I prefer my coffee like either black or with like one milk. So even just a taste of like white rice, I love white rice. Like I just eat tons of it. I love just like chicken with a little bit of seasoning. I love cucumbers just dipped in some hummus. So I really learned to like appreciate like more basic foods, which I love. I love, like, food is delicious. I eat just spinach with a little bit of salt. Um, I still very much enjoy. Of course, I'm a foodie. I love freshly baked breads and baked goods and cookies and chaos. Um, but I don't mind eating like this. Like, my mom will say, like, "Oh, I don't know, like, how do you enjoy that?" I'm like, "Yeah, honestly, I do." So yes. Okay, this is what's gonna happen. I'm gonna pee, and then we're gonna go for a walk. Um, but I gotta figure out, like, maybe I'll just, like, cover the camera as I'm leaving my building, and, like, I'll walk a little bit, and you'll get just some audio for a while, and then we'll hit some streets, and then and I can walk with my new shoes. Okay, so give me 1 second. Alrighty. Yes. Oh yeah, it's gonna be nice. Putting some socks on, some nice big socks. And I put my new shoes on too. Alright. Got my shoes on. So, the thing is that, like, the chat, it's tough for me to see when it's in horizontal. So, when I do my streams, like, it's okay. We'll figure it out. So, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna turn the camera around and drop the phone, of course. Oh boy. Okay. No, rotate. What's happening here? There we go. Okay. So I'm going to, because you see, like, hold on, I want to see all the chats. And I want the setting for the gimbal to be, okay, I think we got it. Okay. Closet tour. No, I don't want. So I'll just kind of hold it close to me. Actually, no. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put a post-it on the camera just as I leave my building and get far enough away from it, you know? Know what I mean? So, there we go. All right, off we go. What? Okay. All right, we're walking a little bit. I gotta start my watch. But my gimbal is doing a little something strange here. It's like the mode is on the wrong one. Okay. Okay. Yes. It's a whole new world. Okay. So unlike Ken, I like very quiet evening streams, night streams, and the little side streets. Very calm and oh, it's nice and warm out. Very nice. Oh, there's my shadow. There's a lot of people walking on this side. It's kind of busy out. Interesting. Okay. I'm gonna cross here. Oh. Daddy long legs. Oh, yes, I can see. You can see my nice new shoes. And now we can actually look for lighting that is illegal. There's a house here. The lighting is gorgeous. I love the top floor. It looks so beautiful. It's this one over here. Look at that. Do you see that? Oh my gosh. It's so beautiful. Wow. It's such a beautiful night. Yes. That's what I love about summer. I mean, it is hot, but like it's I'm certain Ken would think that this is too hot out, but honestly, I welcome this. I welcome this. Where you could just walk out and you don't have to put 7 million layers on. It's not sweltering. Like, it's not too humid. I would say it's pretty reasonable. Love how a meal prep stream. You see, meal prepping. Do you think Ken would like this temperature? I think Ken would maybe find it like maybe a smidge too warm. Because remember, he doesn't like wearing shorts. So it's like borderline, I would say. I do like this neighborhood. Very peaceful. I love my little walks. Yeah, it is. It is that 10 p.m. temperature. He does not like the sun in his eyes. I do not blame him. Neither do I. Going up a hill. I think. Oh, I mean, I think it rained earlier. It definitely stormed throughout the night. Ooh, this hill always gets me. No! Crap. Crap. Always ready for a thunderstorm. I like being able to watch them. Thank goodness they're doing a lot of work here. I did the Stairmaster today. Stairmaster, went for a little bit of a walk. And yesterday it was a quad workout, so certainly feeling it in the legs for sure. Oh, I love seeing people's nice porches. Yeah, look at this. You ever seen one goes under a sidewalk? Look at that. Okay. Well, I guess we have to walk on this side of the street. Oh yeah, Toronto housing be cray for sure. But the island of Montreal as well is starting to be pretty crazy, so I'd say just Canada. But they're selling. I mean, this one was sold. Oh, a lot of cars, a lot of people driving around. A lot of people driving, a lot of people walking. All these freaking sidewalks. I'm gonna change my route. I don't know if Ken normally walks, because I know when we do our streaming collabs, I'm usually like getting him to freaking sprint from one food place to another. But I do wonder if I think we walk at a similar pace. We do walk pretty quickly. So we're gonna turn along here. The color purple, yes. I think I'd like to go to Vancouver maybe. I'm the kind of person that's not really. Actually, let's cross. We're gonna cross over here. I'm not. Home is not a place; it's a feeling. So I'm not attached to Toronto at all. I do enjoy skiing, and I would enjoy like a little bit of a cooler, drier summer. Although I understand that, there's more rain in Vancouver, there's less snow. So I think that's the end goal. Whether or not it's going to happen, I don't know. A lot of things would have to align for both Nico and I. So who knows? Who knows? But we're throwing it out into the universe. It's very dark, very dark. Ooh, look at those warm porch lights. Yes. Okay. Oh, look at that little magical lamp right here. It's very magical. I like that there's like some apartment buildings just sprinkled all around. It's very nice. So, around this hour is typically where you start to see some skunks, some chunky raccoons. All the squirrels are sleeping, but the skunks and the raccoons come out to play. I do like myself a nice little chunky raccoon crossing the street. It is very dark. It is very dark. But look, there's like glowy lights. Ooh. Does anyone have Canada Day plans? I am off on Canada Day. Certainly Ken will be doing some fireworks. Coyotes, yes, Chantel. Yep. You do see them, I usually a little bit later at night, but yep, you see them in this area 100%. We're just lurking. Yes. Am I at the library? No, I'm not at the library, but you know what? It's a nice, the vibes are nice and quiet. This is, oh, wait a second. I don't know, it's just a very nice, chill evening, and I wanted to be relaxing. We're gonna cross because I want to show you a couple of houses. There's one of them that I saw. I did see like a unit inside that was for rent, and I recognize it because it has stained glass. Deanna, look at that top floor. Beautiful. Okay, shh. And then that one. So this one, I believe the top floor was for rent. With those stained glass windows, it was a very beautiful property, but it was extremely expensive for one bedroom. So I'm like, well, it's cute, but that's about it. Oh no, wait. Okay, I'm trying to read the chats here. Yeah, I'm trying to keep the chill vibes, including my voice as well, so it's maybe a little bit more relaxing for an evening stroll. Okay, we're gonna cross. And also, mindful that people are settling in for the night. I don't want to be too loud because it's real quiet out here, guys. Very quiet. Very, very quiet. Beautiful. These twinkly lights. Ooh. Very nice. Oh, look at that one. That's crazy. I don't know about the house. I think that might be some kind of, I don't know. Sometimes I do wonder, is it a house or is it like a few apartments or is it a church or like what is it? Okay, I think we're gonna turn along here. Yes. You see some cats sometimes. Look at this beautiful one. Wow. I like to look at these houses and dream. But I'm happy. I'm happy with my apartment. So happy. It was always my dream. My dream for the longest time was to just live alone in a nice apartment that I decorated myself. And now I do what I want when I want. Where are we at now? We're at 1.24 kilometers. It does. It's a nice inky blue. Very pretty. Oh, that's another pretty one. I think this is Pacific. Yes, this is Pacific. So this is the street that Halloween, they have all kinds of decorations. Sal, it's because I walk really hard. Can't you hear Ken? Really? What? Maybe it's because I'm walking too hard. They're just running shoes. You know what? It's because usually Ken's streams are a lot louder because he's in much busier areas, but because it's so quiet, all you can hear are my shoes. Like, truly, there is no other sound. There's like... I really like that top floor. There's like twinkly lights. Rivière-du-Loup. You have Bobcat, Raphaël Pomerleau. I don't know if I've been to Rivière-du-Loup. I worked for a summer in Charlevoix, in Baie-Sainte-Catherine, and I was an equestrian trail guide. So we'd bring people on horseback. There was like a campground, but also a ranch, so we'd bring people on horseback, on trails. That was my summer job for a summer. And the interview was basically like bringing us on horses and just like galloping around and being like, all right, she can ride a horse, she's fine. I'm like, oh my gosh. You don't work out, but your job feels like one. A workout. I'm going to cross over here. And I'm gonna go this way. I'm gonna go this way actually. Wandering around. To be honest, I'm just trying to avoid people because I'm shy. Yeah, I think I do walk pretty hard. But also, again, it's incredibly quiet. So that's probably partly why. I can try to step lighter. But no, you'll still hear it. Like, I hear it. It's just, whoop, dipping under the tree. What I don't like about walking late at night like this is that you run into quite a few spider webs. Oh, wait a second, you guys. Look at this house. It's so pretty with the lights. Look at that one. I don't know if you can really see it. It's quite beautiful. Yeah. Can't see very much. Just nice, quiet, residential, running shoe sounds. ASMR walking. How's that? Oh, wow. Warm. Oh, these people know how to light. I love that for them. I hope they can't hear me. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's the thing. Ken's streams are always in more like urban settings, and so you do hear him walking. when he's on side streets and stuff. What is this now? Is this a net? I believe it is a net. We shall see. Yes, it is, because there's the library. So, Annette Library. There we go, you guys. Some light. Some light and a little bit more sound so you don't hear my shoes so much. Unless I drag my feet, which I try not to do. I'll try to point out there's an ad that I've seen everywhere on like bus stops. And Ken said that he's never seen it, but like 100% chance, like he's walked by that ad so many times. If I see it, I'll show you guys. And I'm sure that now, because I've said it, we won't see it. He does live in Toronto, yep. He lives near St. George. He moved back in February, I believe. So we rented an Enterprise truck and we moved him. Okay, now it's getting a little hotter. I'm getting a little sweaty. It's okay, it's good. It's good for me. Alright, what are we at? We're at not even 2 kilometers yet. It just feels so weird carrying this thing around. That's why I do like night walks. Although, yes, I'm gonna cross here. Oh, we've hit 2 kilometers. I would go along Dundas Street West, but I want to walk all the way to Jane. And it's really ugly between basically like Tim Hortons Dundas Street West there, like just next to Clendenin, I think. Between that and basically Jane, it's just freaking ugly. Ooh, this is a nice coffee shop, a good neighbor. And then next to it, the Annette Food Market that I've been to before. I went to it with my mother. She was not impressed. I enjoyed it. Like a beautiful. So here's the Annette Food Market. The vibes are really nice. I think they have like a seasonal menu, so I only start work at 11 tomorrow, which is nice. Get to sleep in a little bit. I feel like I need it. But I don't like that shift 11 to 7. I do prefer an 8:30 to 4:30. I feel like the morning just goes by quickly and you've got the rest of your day. I also love the smell of laundry when I'm doing my walks. It's a nice fresh smell. Oh, cross. There's like a super bougie Montessori school along here. You know, a school is really bougie when it has big, beautiful windows. I feel like a lot of schools look like just jails. I guess it's like garbage pickup day or like got some stuff along. Or yeah. Oh, you guys see a cat? A kitty cat. There's an apartment that Nico and I went to check out just to the right here. It was really beautiful. The layout was a little bit strange, we found. And also, like, the subway's far away, so when there's a blizzard out there, a number of times that living super close to the subway station saved my butt or just made it a lot more bearable. Truly, truly could not ask for a better location. But some non-negotiables for a future apartment is definitely in-unit laundry and definitely a balcony of some kind. That's, I don't know, it's got to be spacious and a little bit private. So some considerations for a future apartment for Nico and I. Yeah, this is Junction-ish. It's a little south. Yes, thank you so much, Leo. I mean, like and subscribe if that's the thing. This channel is such a mishmash of everything. So, if you enjoy a little bit of everything, food, health, lifestyle. I mean, I guess my walks are part of my healthy lifestyle, so everything to do with food and keeping it. Oh my gosh, Sal, you don't understand. Absolutely too bad, too bath. Too bad, too bath. Has to be. Uh-oh. Because I want to poop at the same time as Nico poops. Because he spends 45 minutes in the bathroom, as all men do. I know what you guys are doing in there other than collecting hemorrhoids like Pokemon. But it's definitely my own freaking bathroom. But you know what that takes a lot of money. So Well, this is unfortunate because if you guys can hear my shoes as loud as you say, it means you could also hear my farts. So I will have to refrain from tooting. So this can't be my. Nico calls them the fart burp walks. Pedos y eructos. Ooh, it is hot. It is hot out here. I'm gonna cross. Because there's people over there and I don't run this sink. Well, Sal, I can't run this sink on my walk now, can I? Because I was talking about tooting now. But I don't need to toot, so that's good. Oh, look at that blue light. Shit does happen, and it's good when it does. We don't have these in Quebec, so I remember like when I first moved to Toronto, those being very much like a thing that I don't know, just very, very Toronto. I don't know if they have those in other cities, but many a night walking home or hanging out late at night and seeing those crosswalks is just such a like a Toronto thing for me for sure. Just a nice like orange glow. Ooh, look at the colors. That's pretty. Well, Montreal is extremely muggy in the summer, yep. It's colder in the winter, hotter in the summer, more humid. For sure. Although last summer, Toronto was just, the heat was relentless, and I'm concerned. I mean, it looks like next week's going to cool off a little bit, which is nice, but I do have my concerns that summers are going to be just unbearable. Yes, and does do some impressions and breaks out in song and all kinds of things. So this is Runnymede. So when I walk to Walmart, I just keep going north along here. And it's quite far. So if I'm carrying a lot of heavy stuff, the last time I went, I just took the bus back because I just couldn't carry everything that I was buying. And it's so much cheaper, but it's very much out of the way. last week, my hairstylist. So he texted me and he was like, hey girl, like, hope everything's well. Do you have some time to chat today? Like, are you available for a quick call? And I was like flipping out because I was like, a call? I never speak with my stylist on the phone. So I was like, oh no, is he quitting? Is he leaving? Like, what's happening? And I very much like love the work that he's done on my hair over the years. So, and he ended up calling and he let me know that he was going to a different salon. I was like, okay. And look at this, that on the top floor, it looks really beautiful. Yeah, he let me know he was going to another salon. So like our appointment was going to be somewhere else. And then he said that he was going to need to do a bit of a rebrand. So because I do photography and now I have this gimbal and all kinds of things, he was wondering if I was willing to help him with some rebranding, like photos and things like that, which I am. I don't know if he's still interested. He said we were going to try to do it in June, and now he said maybe July. We'll see if that happens. It would be nice. And it would probably be like a service for service where like he does my hair and I do all of his promo stuff. So that would be nice. But we shall see. See? These crosswalks I like. They're just so funny. So random. I guess it's better than a red light, you know. It only goes off if you need it. So I guess it's smart. If the drivers respect it, which they don't always. Anyone want a nice couch? Always weary of couches and mattresses that have been left out because I'm like, is it a bed bug situation? But happy to report that the ants, oh look at that, that's pretty too. That'd be nice. It's a little bit too trafficy for, I would want like more pedestrian to do people watching. But yes, happy to report that the ants seem to be under control. Yeah, Sal, so Nico loves to do that and I find it so embarrassing. I hate doing it. I just like look and just wait until the cars are stopped. Ooh, we're in Babby Point. See, this I've never tried. This is an ice cream place and I had never noticed it before, but there seems to be lineups here pretty regularly. And the apartments upstairs look pretty, very pretty. I like that sign. Oh, we're ducking under the trees. Okay. Road rules. Yes. He doesn't mind being embarrassing. I do have like social anxiety. I have a hard time with that, which I don't know. I'm very much all bark and no bite. It's very quiet. The lights are off. People they're sleeping. Got a church. It smells like birthday candle, like something, firewood or something. What's happening?
Banged on the door and you got a doorbell? Yeah.
I don't know what's happening. Very weird, they're like banging on the door. This is a coffee shop I want to try. I don't know what it's called, but it looks really cute. Alright, Chantal. I love that Chantal is always here. And poor Vasily, he does try to catch the streams as he can, but You know, I don't really schedule them. It's very rare that I schedule them these days. No, she wasn't. She wasn't, but they were just knocking at some, like a door, but like really loud. It was very strange. Like a group of them were just standing in front of the house, knocking, like seemingly waiting for someone to open the door. But I was like, I wonder if it's like a source of, like it was the source of like the smoke smell, but I couldn't see any. I was, are they trying to get the people out? But then I don't know. But no, there was no fire. It's just very weird vibes. Yeah, now we're almost at 4 kilometers. And you can see my pace too. 11:20 per kilometer. We are hitting Jane. Okay, guys, this is the sign. I see it. The ad that I was talking about that's freaking everywhere and that I told Ken about. And he says he's never seen it, but it's just because he hasn't been paying attention. Oh, these are super cute. Cute little shops in Babby Point. Okay, do you see it? It's on this bus stop. It's this buy and sell guaranteed multi-million-dollar proven system. And I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? This guy, he's everywhere. Everywhere, I tell you. Everywhere. Woo, motorcycles. I took care of it, Tiana. It is you, Leo. Get Leo. There's also this place, Queen Margarita Pizza. I've never been. And then there's another place, like a Mexican restaurant as well. I think it's called like Mad Mexican or something. It's so weird, Sal. So freaking weird. Proven multi-million-dollar system. Like, what are you talking about? Well, if I needed to poop, I could go right here. Very sleepy indeed. I like it. I like it a lot. I can go on my walks and nobody bothers me. And I can toot in peace. I said in this one. But it has been pretty much overrun by teenagers recently, I would say. Like in recent, I feel like they just have nowhere to hang out. And they all tend to hang out at the Wingstop. And then late at night, you can kind of hear them making their way home. I think it's all the kids that go to like the high schools around here. But other than that, it's pretty quiet. So Fridays, Saturdays can be kind of busy. But Bloor West definitely needs a bit of a revival. I think I was having this conversation with a bunch of people on Reddit. Where we were talking about like how Bloor West Village needs a little bit, more things to attract people. I mean, it's right next to the subway. No, it is the West End, so it's not super downtown at all. But it really could be poppin'. It could be a nice area. It's just like everything closes so early that I remember my friend and I went to a restaurant and like we sat down and it was like 8:45 and it was like a Friday night and like they bring us the menus, they do the whole thing and they serve it and they're like, oh, by the way, we're closing now. And I'm like, you couldn't have said that like when we sat down, because we would have taken it to go. I don't know, it's just such a weird thing. And like when 9 p.m. on a Friday, like, dude, I'm trying to give you my money. There's also this place that looks good. Very nice looking, Harry Potter-esque. Very pretty. Looks like an apothecary or something. Yes, this place looks nice. I think I've saved it. That's the thing, a lot of the places around here, like in Toronto, it's like the vibes are nice, but the food is just mediocre and expensive. Which is partly what led me to figuring out how to make things at home. Especially when you get just like a not the best like service experience. I find a lot of the servers are sometimes they're awkward or they just, I don't know. Oh, Carl Roth, and you're peeing. Okay. Well, thankfully you don't have to pee. We have hit 4 kilometers. Well, this was nice. I'll hit 5, and I'll definitely have my steps in for sure. See, that's the other thing about the YouTube app is that you don't see the percentage of your phone. So I'll probably get a pop-up at some point that says like 20% remaining. And that's when I would probably say nighty-night. But I'll probably do so when I hit Bloor. But she said she would be back. She said BRB. Nice. And I know where my home is. I'm like a bird. Gotta love some OG Nelly Furtado, you know. I saw like a post recently where what's her name, Natasha Bedingfield, like responded to someone's like another famous person, I can't remember who posted, but yeah, Natasha Bedingfield wrote a comment and everyone was like, who are you? And I was like, oh my gosh, no. Everyone knows her song. I got a bucket for sunshine. Like, there's no freaking way. Oh my gosh, okay, we're hitting Bloor, and you guys know how tempted I am every single time I walk by that pizza to eat freaking pizza. But as I said, when I hit Bloor, I will be signing off. So perhaps I shall start wrapping up because we will get there very soon. So thank you very much, everyone, for joining. Thank you, Chantal, Karen, I think Karen left a while back. Leo, Raphael, Tiana, everyone for watching as usual. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for liking. Thanks for keeping my chat a nice place and removing the spammers. For joining me on a cooking and a little bit of walking, some footstep ASMR. Stay safe, stay cool. Chill stream, yeah, a little bit of a different. Now that I have my gimbal, more. Yeah, I figured, Tiana, like that's why when someone said like, "Are we in a library?" I'm like, "Oh no," but it's like bedtime. We want a little bit more of a. Ken was watching. Yes, stabilization action for the win. Ken tends to be lurking. He lurks. He watches. He puts stuff on his TV, or he's busy eating his frozen pizza. So thank you so much for popping in, Ken. And that is it for me tonight. Oh my gosh, wait, do I turn it around like Ken does? And say goodnight that way? Hold on. Oh my gosh, I'm sweaty in my hair. You see? This should be like the measurement of how humid it is, like how poofy my hair is. Humidity is at 80%. I don't know. Yeah, so good night, everybody. Thank you so much for watching and joining me on my meal prep. I will be going home, and he wants some rice and cucumbers. Yes, he does. No chicken. All right. Thank you for joining and watching the, what did I call it? The most unprofessional cooking show on the internet. Over and out. Bye.